Hey all, Chairwoman from Bedlam Brothers here, and today we're going to be looking at the Wonder Woman iconic vision. That's the Aegis of Eternity. People have said they've been having some trouble with this one, so I thought I'd put up a little guide to show you the easiest way to get through it by spending the lowest amount of effort possible. First off, we're going to talk to the lady here who's going to turn us into Wonder Woman. Now, in this stance, we're not going to use most of her powers for this run through. I'm going to use the minimal possible. I'm going to use two powers. I'm going to use the iconic braces, the Amazonian braces. That's a deflection, so any incoming damage is going to be returned to my enemy here. The other thing I'm going to use is the coup de grace, which is the 5th skill. On its own, it's not that great as a power, but if you hold your melee attack after using it, it's going to bring in a finishing move that will damage nearly dead enemies and cause extreme damage on people that are below 35% health. Okay, so we're going to head off through. It's going to teleport us to the palace gates. One thing you'll notice is under my radar you'll see there's a flashing red symbol, and that's because my gear's broken. I've done this intentionally because a few people have mentioned that the status of your gear in the real game affects how you perform in these instances, and that's not true. So to prove that, I'm going to do this run through with completely trashed gear and take no deaths. When you get into the main hall, is going to be a fairly long, unskippable cutscene. So at this point, we get to stare into Hippolyta's unmoving, unblinking Botox face. Yikes. Now as for combat here, I'm going to be abusing a couple of combos because the AI doesn't have that much intelligence, so if you're spamming lunged attacks, they're not necessarily going to know to block. They will block, but they don't do it on purpose, they just randomly throw them in. So I can just hit square. I will block if anyone uses the spinning attacks because they're quite strong and need to be countered. There we go, there's one. So those spinning attacks need to be blocked to counter them. But yeah, everyone else is just going to get lunged to death. For your run through, you might want to throw some powers in to speed this up, but I'm doing this again, the minimal effort possible. Now over in the distance behind me is a healing crystal. If you can keep that, it's best to keep it for the boss encounter, so you've got a healing crystal. So I'm going to try to fight them far away and hopefully won't end up breaking it. Lunge this one to death. Probably going to do some shield throws here. Oh no, broken the crystal. I'm going to go get the heals. So when fighting this boss, he's fairly tough, so you want to A, use your 6th skill, the reflection, as often as possible. So as soon as it's ready, you want to keep popping it. Also, whenever you're in the boss fights here, drink your soda as soon as possible so that it recharges and you get a chance to drink a second one. So as soon as your health's around the 50-60% mark, you want to pop a soda so that you can start its cooldown. But yeah, he's not too intelligent in terms of the way he fights. You can see I'm lunging him fairly successfully to death. He will throw blocks in, but they're randomized, so they're not going to be with any degree of intelligence. So you see here, my soda's nearly ready and the reflect's nearly ready again. There we go, pop the reflect on. Now his health's getting down into the low area, we can start getting the coup de grace off for the big hits. So you see that hit for over 1,000 there. So as soon as coup de grace is ready, I'm going to be using that. Whew! There he goes down. You'll want to stop at this point. Every time you finish the boss, get your natural regen for being out of combat. Now it's important to know, when you kill the boss, it's going to spawn a teleporter here. Don't use it. I don't know what that teleporter's for or why they programmed it in. All that'll do is, you know, cancel you out of the mission and send you home. So don't ever use that. Okay, round this corner there's some ads, and again we're going to exploit their lack of intelligence. We're just going to ranged shield throw them to death, because a lot of the ads helpfully forget they can lunge, so they'll just stand there and eat it. When they're all dead, we need to speak to them, and that's the first of the Amazon sisters. And we need to recruit her, and there's going to be 4 others we need to go and recruit. And as I said, this walkthrough is going to be cheap and dirty, so we're going to be skipping ads. The first skippable ads are here, so what we're going to do is fly up, get ranged, sneak under this window bit here, and then airborne we can get past everything. There's a flying harpy at the end that may see you, and if they do, you'll just need to fight them. Through the gate, we're going to go speak to Adonia. Adonia sometimes helpfully will go and aggravate a couple of the ads from the previous bit we've skipped. If she does that, as she has, we need to just turn around and fight them. So any that get close we'll lunge, and the ones that are ranged we'll just throw shield at. So once the ads are dead, we're going to speak to Adonia. Her followers are going to revolt. Most of them will run away. There'll be 1 or 2 that will stand and we'll have to fight. There we go. So all their names have gone red, but most of them are running away. This one stayed and eats shield. Picking a side, we're going to feed this harpy some shield. And again, there's no real skill or effort in what I'm doing here. It's the really basic gameplay here. If you mess this up, I can't even imagine how it'd be even possible. I'm literally just spamming ranged attack. Heading over now to the harpy. No surprises what I do here. Every now and again you'll come against one that seems to luckily get the right counters in and things, so that, you know, that can happen. None of them are particularly hard though, the ads, so even if they get their counters in on you a few times, you're not going to struggle. Okay, with this side done, we're going to head over to the opposite corner where there's a bit more of a lengthy tunnel to get through. So the opposite side of this fence there's a harpy, and they definitely need some ranged attack in their life. The other ads though, we can fly over, so we're going to go in, get airborne. Now again, at the end there's a harpy or 2 that can spot you, so you can try to sneak past them, maybe they'll see you. If they do, so this one's just seen me, I'm going to turn around and end them with the shield. Symbol's gone light blue at the top left, and that means I'm good to go. I'm going to put this fence down, and there's going to be some ads. Once you've given them their daily dose of vitamin shield, we're going to head up the stairs that you can see in the distance where the boss is.
Stand with me, sister. Help me end this senseless war before it starts. I will fight alongside you, princess.
And there's a few varieties of which boss you can find here, and there's a feat for fighting all of them. First thing to point out is there's a healing crystal there in the corner, so we're going to try and fight nowhere near that so that we don't break it and we can use it if we need to. With these bosses, as I said, there's 5 options on which ones you can get. Some of them are lungy, some of them are rangedy, and some of them like to block a lot. So you need to just figure out which one you've got and work out what combat's going to work best against them. So this one's looking like he could be a lungy person. And if he is a lungy person, I might change and start spamming my ranged attack, my melee attack even instead. So, as is the strategy with all the bosses here, we're going to make sure that the deflection goes on as soon as possible. That's 6th skill. I'm going to drink the soda now because my health had got down to about 50%, so get it recharge started. He's taken some big damage, this guy. So I could at this point use my deflection again, but because his health's so low, I'm just going to be using the finishing move instead. I don't think the deflection will be necessary. Got a coup de grace there for big numbers. And he's dead. So then again, we can wait for a moment to let the regeneration build my health back. And then fling a shield at these people. This is now the last corridor, and again, you can skip it, but there's a couple of airborne harpies that you need to fight because they'll come and pester you otherwise. So here's the first one. Oh, he's hiding. And he's reset. Cheating harpy. Anyway, once we've got him dealt with, we're going to carry on flying through over these ads. And here's the second harpy. You can try to sneak past them, but if you fail and they catch you, they can ground you like they've just done with me here, and if they ground you over a pile of ads, all the ads are going to jump you, so it's best to just engage them straight away. So once the harpies are down, we're going to carry on flying over and speak to our last sister. So she's going to do a little animation there, and when she's done talking, it's going to let us into the boss area. So again, same as before with the boss fight, we're going to be popping the deflection as soon as they start coming and hurting us. We're going to be drinking the soda as soon as we've got health requirements, and in the distance there is the healing crystal that we're going to try to protect and only use when we need. So again, I'm going to just be doing the same basic melee attacks and ranged attacks. The only thing I'll do is if she does her spin attack, I'll be blocking that because that definitely needs blocking to counter. Otherwise you take some big damage. So there, this attack needs blocking. You have a couple of allies in here that are friendly to you, and there's a feat that you can get for not reviving them if they fall, or when they fall, because they always fall. There's one gone down now. I'm not going to revive them, I'm going to do it the difficult way and leave them dead. Again, just basic attacks, and as the health gets down into that low range, I'm going to start throwing in the coup de grace move to get the finisher off. there we go. So yeah, it's a really dirty, easy way to get through. You can throw more powers in if you want to do it quicker and, you know, spend less time in here, but it is easy to get through when you use that technique. 0 deaths, clean run through, it's easy stuff. Yeah, leave a comment if you think there's anything huge I've missed on this guide, but otherwise, thanks for watching.